This is the reality of so-called ethnic cleansing Serb style. An exhausted mother and father are forced to drag their handicapped son towards the...
They killed 8 of my cousins, men, boys.
From before first night they came, hobbling across the border of a country they can no longer call their own.
What is happening here is the emptying of Kosovo, and yet another town is left to the Serbs.
Another bus convoy empties its load into the swelling, milling cauldron of Stenkovitz camp.
7,000 people have crossed this border since midnight, and they're still coming in an apparently endless stream.
We could clearly see border guards confiscating passports and other personal documents and throwing them away.
You learn how precious your feet really are. On the road, in the registration queue. While they last, there is hope they will one day take you home.
Through these fields of destruction, baptisms of fire, I've witnessed your suffering as the battle reached high. And though it had me so bad, in the fear and alarm, you did not desert me, my brothers in arms.
We've been getting email from lots of different parts of Microsoft asking if we were doing anything to help out in the Kosovo situation. And a group of people at ME headquarters approached UNHCR and asked them if there was anything we could do to help. A couple days later they came back and told us about the refugee registration system they were building. And so that's where it all started.
Registration means much more than just getting information. It is getting their identity reestablished, and also it means a lot more possibility to really give them what is needed. If it's family contacts or whether it's food or whatever it is, the basis is information about the person.
Well, after we figured out what a field registration kit was all going to be about, we put together a spec detailing all the components we would need. It took us about a week, but we got hardware donations from HP, Compaq, Mitsubishi, Canon, Securit, and ScreenCheck. And then about another week later, we got cash donations from the LCA Group in Redmond, MEHQ, and the Gates Foundation. Clarissa Rowe is probably the real find for me in this project. Clarissa basically did it all.
They wanted something up and running within weeks, and we were looking for the sort of software and hardware solutions. We were trying to pull together a team of people who could work on it straight away.
We've sent one piece of mail out, and within 36 hours we had responses from about 150 people around the region. And within 48 hours it was probably another 100 on top of that. Colleen Farrell, who was kind of assigned to be, she was a volunteer to help with the volunteers.
Some people just wanted to do anything. I had 2 or 3 people who wrote in and said, whatever you want, I think what you're doing is just wonderful, and I'm really proud to be a Microsoft customer, and please, how can I help?
We're building on work done by Microsoft groups throughout the company, the NT team, the SQL team, the Visual Basic team. Though the work they did is essential, we've got the tools to build this system from them.
We used SQL Server and NT as a base system to build up this system as a legacy system. But the main application, the front end, is done in Visual Basic. Whenever we were asking for help on any place, we were served immediately. And all the people didn't even ask where does the money comes from, because the biggest challenge for us was we had to do it immediately. We've been working sometimes, 36 hours in a row.
I was lucky. I had at least 3 hours of sleep, so I was one of the lucky guys.
One of the things that really strikes me about this project is it's not driven from above. It's not a Microsoft management PR effort. It's driven by the employees. They really want this to happen. We've had so many emails of support, offers of volunteer help. They're making it happen.
I volunteered for this project, and they sent me over to Tirana to help with the field kit setup, the training and maintenance in the first couple of days.
We went out yesterday to issue the first cards based on the data we'd already entered back at base, and the refugees are extremely happy. You know, they go away with this, they come up and say thank you, thank you, thank you, they grasp our hands, they're delighted. We get the odd complaint saying, I don't like my picture, but that's the problems we've had so far are pretty minor.
The registration process was designed to make sure that we got really good information about people, that we got the right information, and we were able to process people as quickly as possible so we could reach as many people as we could. The biggest challenge was that everything changed every day.
We built the system originally so that the data could be entered in the field and brought back to a central data center, a central database. That system has now changed because of the changing situation on the ground. So now we've built a data center with 20 workstations attached to the central server. So the data is gathered on paper in the field, the forms are brought back to the data center and entered into the system there, and then exported to the field kits to go out and take photographs and issue cards.
What people told us was that having a card was a very powerful thing, and having been stripped of all of their identification, having nothing, they've lost their homes, the families have been split up, they may be completely on their own, and they have absolutely nothing to say who they are or where they came from, and that to have something tangible made them feel whole. It was the first step to rebuilding their lives.
I was a teacher, and I am a teacher, English teacher. I worked in my village like a teacher on primary school. I worked there 16 years. We have had three schools in my village. 2 schools are for the primary school, one is for secondary school. One of them they destroyed, they burned.
The Microsoft donation really is unprecedented in its size and its scope. We realize that all of the Microsoft people worked very, very hard on this project, and we realize it really was a grassroots initiative.
I think this is a new kind of partnership, and it should be strengthened and maybe spread.
One key thing that has been brought home for me is just the power and the energy of the people in Microsoft and what we can do working together as a team.
Working in this has changed a lot my view. It's changed my view of Microsoft somewhat. Now I feel it can react to what the employees want to do and put its skills and professionalism and money as well into a project that's doing some good.
If you have been asking me for anything, I would have been given everything to the UNHCR and the people there.
I've just been stunned by the support. I expected a lot from Microsoft people, but they've really gone the extra mile on this project.
Microsoft gave me a lot of things. I have a nice life, nice family, and I think that now is the time to do something for the people. You know?
It's the coolest project I've ever worked on. I just feel honored and privileged to have been a part of it, and I would do it again in a second.
These mist-covered mountains are a home now for me, but my home is the lowlands, and always will be. Someday you'll return to your valleys and your farms, and you'll no longer burn to be brothers in through these fields of destruction, baptisms of fire. I've witnessed your suffering as the battle raged high, and though it hurt me so bad, in the fear and alarm,